Welcome, everyone. Everyone's off book but me. Thank you for coming today. It's my honor to welcome you to the United Methodist Church of Sun City Center. I'm Jennifer Glancy, and I'm the Children's Ministry Director. This is Drama Club at the Center, which is an outreach. It's a secular outreach ministry for the schools from this church. And last year, we did a mystery. This year, we tried our hand at comedy. Yeah, it's supposed to be funny. You can laugh. So, yeah, we have today we're going to present this courtroom drama. It's a fairy tale. I'm not sure how many of you read up on it, but they wrote the way that this play came about is that the children come and bring their best ideas. Then we all collaborate and we throw out half of those ideas. And then we really work on the ideas that they love. And then we revise and we rewrite, and then we throw out half of that. And so what you've got left is the best of their ideas. And then we kind of take their ideas and make a cohesive script. And this is what you will watch today. This is from beginning to end. This is their ideas, their plot points, their characters. And we're just here to help and mentor them. So, still on book, like I said. Before the show, these are not seasoned actors. This is some of them. This is the first time they've been on stage, so please be mindful and silence your cell phones because it might take them completely out of their element. We want to encourage everyone to enjoy the show. We are very excited that you're here to support. I was told to be long-winded so that they can get all those nerves out. So la 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 la. But we would like to invite you after the play to stay seated, please. And we're going to walk out to the patio. They're going to get in their spots, and you may take your programs or you may grab one on your way out, and they will sign their autographs, and they're very excited about that. And then anyone who's excited about a certain character or a family member, there's a few places out there that you can take pictures together. And one more thing, we have the whole cast, which has signed a big poster, and we're having one silent auction for that. And if you're interested in the signed poster, please put your name on the silent auction list with a contact number, and it could be yours. It's priceless. It's priceless. So they could be famous someday. I hope you know this is. So thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope that you enjoy the show.
This is Bo Peep reporting outside the Fairy Tale Court for WFTL. Today will be an exciting day. None other than the Queen of Hearts will be presiding. The first case on the docket is the Three Little Pigs versus the Big Bad Wolf. Oh look, there's the defendant's attorney. Hansel, would you like to share anything with our viewing audience?
I just want to say my client is being falsely accused. The bias against her is evident. Everyone calls her the Big Bad Wolf, and in fact, her name is Mrs. Wolf.
Interesting. I understand that Mrs. Wolf is being accused of breaking and entering. That is a very serious offense.
My apologies. I need to go have a word with my client prior to the proceedings.
Thanks, Hansel. Is this a case of wolf in sheep's clothing or three little pig Nokios? Let's see what the Court of Hearts decides.
All rise for the Honorable Honorable Queen of Hearts, the fairest judge in all the land, we will have our first case number 1234, which is the Three Little Pigs versus the Big Bad Wolf.
You may be seated. Bailiff Dumpty, please bring in the jury and swear them in.
Jurors, you are charged with the carriage of justice. Wait, is that like Cinderella's carriage? Do you all promise to uphold the laws of Fairy Tale Land with the true heart ever after?
I do.
Please be seated.
Prosecutor Gretel, please give us your opening remarks.
Your Honor, Your Honor, and the members of the jury, we're here today to address the seriousness of charges brought against the defendant, Big Bad Wolf of Bacon, in answering.
Objection, Your Honor. This is outlandish.
Overruled. This is opening arguments and you will get your turn in a moment. Continue on, Gretel.
My clients, the Three Little Pigs, were assaulted and their home vandalized by the Big Bad Wolf. We will be presenting evidence to show how this wolf took advantage of their kindness and proceeded to harm them both physically, financially, and destruction of property.
Defense Attorney Hansel, you may now proceed with your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like the record to state that my client's name is in fact Mrs. Wolf. Calling her by any other name creates bias, and in this case, I will present to you today that Mrs. Wolf has been slandered and falsely accused of these charges. We will prove that she did not intentionally plan to harm the plaintiffs. In fact, she was acting on the behalf of another party who gave her full permission to enter the premises. Mrs. Wolf maintains her innocence, and we intend to prove it.
Prosecution, you can begin with the evidence and testimony for the plaintiffs. Please call your first witness.
We call Percy Pig 1, who will be the spokespig for all the plaintiffs.
Percy Pig, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth as you know it?
Bet your bacon I do.
Please describe for the court exactly what happened when the Big Bad Wolf came.
Objection, Your Honor. Name prejudice.
Sustained. Prosecutor, please refer to the defendant as Miss Wolf. Please proceed.
Your Honor, it was a dark and stormy night when that wolf broke into our homes. He huffed and he puffed and he blew down the first two houses with ease.
Percy, please explain to the court what else happened.
Well, both the houses built by my brothers, bless their little chops, engineers or not, were blown away. They were built by straw and hay and the like. They got blown over in a hurry. Luckily, they ran to my sturdy brick house when all this mess started. But when Mrs. Wolf wasn't able to blow down my house, I'll tell you what, he started pawing down the chimney. When my mama arrived, lit a fire, and the smoke chased him away. We were saved by the hairs on our chinny chin chins.
That was a bit long-winded. You lost me at the end. Miss Muffet, please read me back the transcripts from the part where Miss Pig mentions the chimney.
Why, certainly, Your Eminence. Percy Pig stated, but that scoundrel Mr. Wolf wasn't able to blow down my sturdy brick castle. So he just threw himself headlong down the chimney spout, swimming his way through the sticky, icky cobwebs built by spiders. Spiders are disgusting, hairy creatures. Suddenly, the door burst open, revealing none other than Mama Pig, who created an enormous bonfire which promptly burnt the wolf up completely. Mama then shaved all of her piglets until their chinny chin chins were clean and as soft as my softest tuffet.
I don't remember that. I do like a clean chinny chin chin though. Wait a minute, what's a tuffet?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained. I'm not sure that is exactly what the witness stated. What are pigs doing in the jury box? Prosecutor, are you finished with this witness?
Your Majesty, I have no more questions for this witness.
Hansel, do you have any questions for this pig?
No, Your Honor, none at this time.
Crazy Pig, you are dismissed. This court instructs you to stay local.
Your Honor, I have obtained CCTV of Mr. Wolf blowing down my client's homes. We would like to enter it into evidence.
Bailiff, please accept the video evidence as Exhibit A.
Queen of Tarts.
Defense, please call your first witness.
Your Honor, the defense calls Mrs. Wolf to the stand.
Miss Wolf, do you pledge to lead? Wrong one. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Miss Wolf, please give us your account of the day in question.
The truth is, I was hired by Mama Pig. She had asked me to scare piglets so they would move back home with her. You see, I wasn't frightened by little Smirk as Percy claimed. I was only huffing and puffing due to my asthma. Mama Pig was meant to be the hero, and every action I took was part of her plan. Operation Bring Home the Bacon.
Thank you, Miss Wolf. Your Honor, I do want the right to recall this witness if necessary.
Gretel, do you have any questions for Miss Wolf?
None at this time.
This witness is excused but may be recalled. Defense, call your next witness.
The defense would like to call Goldilocks to the stand.
Goldilocks, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth?
I do.
Miss Locks, will you please tell the court what happened, what you witnessed on the day in question?
Well, I was out for a walk in the forest on my way to see my friend Jack when I saw Mr. Wolf talking to that lady over there. She was pleading with him to try to get her family to move back in with her. She claimed she missed them something terrible, why I thought she was going to break out singing the blues or something.
Did you see or hear anything else?
Now that you mention it, I did see Miss Wolf take an envelope from Mama Pig. He looked inside and smiled big, then rushed off towards the hill where the pigs live.
Where is Mama Pig? Is she present in the courtroom?
Yes, I'm here, Mom.
Goldilocks, please step down. Bailiff, swear in Mama Pig. Unbelievable, Bailiff Dumpty. Wake up.
Oh, woe is me, so sad to be alone without my little piggies. I did what I thought I had to do. I wanted so much to have them home. I was desperate, you see, please believe me.
Mama Pig, do you swear to tell the whole truth, so help you swine?
Oh, Your Honor, it's true. I hired Mr. Wolf to scare them back home. I didn't mean any harm.
Mama, how could you?
In light of this sham perpetrated by Miss Ham, I hereby dismiss all charges against Miss Wolf. This court will take a short recess before continuing on to the next case.
All right.
Hello, viewers. I'm here outside the fairy tale court with Hansel, lead lawyer for the defense. Hansel, can you tell our audience at home how the case played out?
The charges have been dropped against my client, Mrs. Wolf, and she has been vindicated. Thanks to the testimony by Goldilocks, proving that Mama Pig was behind it all.
Well, there you have it. It seems this case of bacon and entering has been a ham sham all along. This has been your WFTL field correspondent on the scene, Bo Peep. Here we are again at Fairy Tale Court. This is Bo Peep with WFTL reporting on the next case, Breach or Screech? The Boy Who Cried Wolf versus the Farmer in the Dell. Let's tune in as the Queen of Hearts calls court back into session.
All rise for the Honorable Queen of Hearts, the finest judge in La La Land. Now hearing case number 5678, The Boy Who Cried Wolf versus the Farmer in the Dell.
You may be seated. Let's get this case underway. I have tarts in the oven. Prosecution, please give us your opening remarks.
Your Honor, the plaintiff in this case, the farmer in the dell, Old MacDonald, hired this child to watch over his sheep. Mrs. McDonald claims that this child's neglect resulted in the loss of 25 sheep. We intend to prove that we are seeking damages for the loss of 25 sheep and a good night's sleep.
Very well, let's commence.
Your Honor, I did not get to make my opening remarks.
Fine, make it snappy. I've got those tarts to keep track of.
My client, this young child, had to stay out in the field all night long. It was a difficult job to do even for an adult. We will prove that he did not intentionally plan to be in breach of contract simply because he wasn't old enough or sound of mind to make such an agreement.
Let's move this along. Gretel, call your first witness.
The prosecution calls Mrs. McDonald to the stand.
Farmer McDonald, do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth? Weren't you just here?
I do.
Farmer McDonald, please tell us about why you chose this child to watch over your sheep.
I hear tell of wolves running around the dell snacking on unsuspecting sheep while farmers are asleep after a hard day at work. I hired the child to look over my sheep and keep them safe only at night, but that boy kept waking up the whole dell, ringing a bell, and hollering about some wolf.
Order. Outbursts from wolves will not be tolerated.
Farmer McDonald, please explain why this child breached your contract.
Yes, ma'am. The child's outburst kept causing panic and raising concern in the dell. I tried to quiet the boy's fear so we could all get some sleep. My instructions were that he was to only ring a bell when the wolf actually appeared. I explained that crying out in the middle of the night was not necessary because there's no danger. I was very clear about my instructions, and he definitely understood his one and only job. Despite our agreement, the child proceeded to ring that blasted bell. In fact, the bell rang so many times that when the wolf actually came to feast on my sheep, nobody came to help.
Apologies to the court. I just received some disturbing news. It appears the neighbor of Hearts stole my tarts and took them clean away. Bailiff Dumpty, please notify the King of Hearts. I'm sure he will deal with this appropriately. In the meantime, Miss Muffet, please read back Miss McDonald's most recent testimony.
My absolute pleasure. The record shows that Farmer McDonald stated, darkness had fallen over the dell. The villagers slumbered as a cool mist filled the valley with ominous shadows. A loud clang startled the cows and alerted the hounds. I jumped up and bumped my head. We all ran, pitchforks in hand, over the river, through the woods, and up the hill. When we reached the top, that child and all the sheep were hiding behind trees and laughing at us. I was so embarrassed. I told that boy if he deigned to misbehave again, that I would actually feed him to the wolves. And I did. The end.
Your Highness, the prosecution believes that Miss Muffet might have fallen off her tuffet.
Your Honor, regardless of those fairy tale facts, the child is clearly alive. So can you proceed with our case?
Who's in charge here? You? First the nail stole my tarts, and now you're trying to take over this court? I won't stand for it. I say when we proceed with this case. Very well. Let's proceed with this case. Prosecution, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
Splendid. Hansel, proceed with your defense.
Your Honor, the defense calls Jack to the stand.
Jack, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth? What happened to your head?
I do. Was that an official question?
Strike that question. Jack, give your attention to Hansel.
Jack, it is my understanding that Farmer McDonald hired you to watch over his sheep at night. Is this true?
I don't recall.
Jack, how old are you?
I don't recall.
Your Honor, the defense would like to submit this object as Exhibit A.
So noted.
Yeah, hold the item. He told the court what the item was used for.
Is it a very small water pail?
No, Jack, I'm afraid it is not. No further questions for this witness.
Gretel?
Jack, how did you hurt your head?
Is my head hurt?
No
I don't
further
recall.
questions.
The defense would like to call our next witness, Jill, to the stand.
Objection, Your Honor. That child is not Jill, that's Goldilocks.
Girl, who are you?
Actually, my real name is Jill Stilskin. You may have heard of my father, Rumpel.
Oh, I do. He's a blast. Carry on.
Goldilocks is my real name, is my nickname because of my beautiful hair.
Miss Stiltskin, how do you know the defendant, Jack?
We are best friends. We play together and often fetch water for Jack's mother, the old lady in the shoe, Mrs. Dodd. That shoe's always hopping.
Do you believe your best friend Jack was in his right mind when he allegedly entered a contract with Farmer McDonald?
No, because the day before, me and Jack went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown. Now he doesn't remember anything. He doesn't even remember meeting the farmer. Ask him yourself.
Objection? Speculation. The witness wasn't there at the signing of the contract.
Sustained. Miss Muffet, strike that last statement about Jack not remembering the farmer.
Your Honor, the defense rests. We have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that Jack, a minor child hit his head, rendering him incapable of entering into any legally binding contract with Farmer McDonald.
Judgment is for the defense.
What? She didn't even consult the jury.
Why am I here? No one knows I'm in the room.
Jack, you are free to go. I need to put more tarts in the oven. Court stands adjourned for a short recess.
All rise.
This is ridiculous. The Queen of Hearts has summoned the jury to give fair judgment in Fairy Tale Land, and there she sits ignoring us and doing whatever she pleases. I am so bored. I hope the next cases are more exciting. I'd rather go with the dwarves and mine diamonds. Oh, I am hungry. I wonder if she would share some of her precious hot tarts. Apple is my favorite.
This is Bo Peep with WFTL outside the courtroom of the Queen of Hearts. Judgment has been awarded to the defendant Jack in the case of Who's Telling Tales in the Dell. Oh look, there's star witness Goldilocks.
Oh, hi.
We hear there was some confusion when you were called to the stand.
Yes, it seems Gretel didn't know my real name is Jill. No big. I'm just glad I could help my best friend Jack out.
Speaking of Jack, how's his crown?
It's healing. Thankfully, that vinegar and brown paper does the trick. Gotta go. Other cases to help with.
Oh, looks like the court is getting ready to start back up. Greta, yoo-hoo! I hear you are charging the old woman with child neglect and abuse. Is this true?
Yes, we feel we have a strong case against the old woman, Dame Dodd. We will be presenting to you a full conference based on this case. So if you'll excuse me, I need to be prepared.
Of course, thank you. Let's try and see if we can catch Hansel and Dame Dodd. Hansel, Miss Dodd.
Hello, Miss Peep. My client's terribly shy. If she wishes me to instruct you that she has, quote, no comment. We are happy to speak with WFTL after the case is tried.
Of course. Maybe later.
All rise for the magnificent Queen of Hearts, the sunniest judge in all the land, presiding over all proceedings in the fairy tale kingdom. This court will now hear case number 9, 10, 11, 12, the children in the shoe versus Dame Dob, the woman in the shoe. It's a case of who's got a guilty soul.
Prosecution, let's proceed before my tarsi that's called as the tea you invited me to last week.
Your Honor, we are charging the old woman with abuse and neglect at the request of her children.
Does the defense have anything to say before we begin?
Yes, Your Honor, the Dame Dob loves her children, and we intend to prove it.
Prosecution, call your first witness.
We call the eldest of her children, Jack.
Jack, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth? You're back here again?
I do. Is that an official question?
Deja vu.
Jack, please tell us what your mother did to you.
Our mother was so cruel to us. She only fed us broth and whipped us soundly. She is cruel, cruel, cruel.
Prosecution, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor. All the other children are in school.
Defense, would you care to cross-examine?
No, thank you, Your Queen. No, thank you, Your Honor. We would like to call the Dame Dob.
Proceed.
Old woman Dob, do you swear on your soul to tell the truth?
I do.
Please tell us about, Miss Dob, please tell us about your relationship with your children.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. I have many children, and each one is a special blessing. It's true, some nights we only have broth, but I make it up with lots of love and care.
I don't recall that.
Silence, young man. You are not on the stand. Dame Dob, do you have anything else to say?
Just that I'm so thankful for all my babies.
Thank you. We would like to call our next witness, Jill, to the stand.
Jill, you know the drill.
I did.
Jill, what do you know of how the Dame Dob treats her children?
Well, I don't know how she is with them all the time, but when Jack, my bestie, got hurt and broke his crown, she bandaged it up real good. She used vinegar and brown paper. How sweet is that?
Yes, I can smell it from here. It's drowning out the smell of my yummy tarts as they bake. Gretel, are you crossing?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Jill. Your Honor, in that case, the defense would like to call our next witness, Wee Willie Winky, to the stand.
Do you, Willie Winky, is that your real name, swear to tell the whole truth?
Yes, of course.
Miss Winky, do you know this woman?
I bet I do.
Have you ever witnessed this woman in her home or while she's in the presence of her many children?
Sure as the sun's in the sky there, lad. I was running through the town, going upstairs and downstairs in my night clothes. Spying through the window, I saw that, and she were kissing all the wee lads and lassies with a big smile on her face as she sent them to bed. It was 10 o'clock p.m. I remember because I looked at my watch.
Miss Muffet, I'm almost hesitant to ask, but I must. Please read back what Wee Willie Winky said. I'm not sure I understood what that heavy brogue.
The report says that Mr. Winky stated, as I was running through the town, going upstairs and downstairs in my nightgown, I peered through a window. I saw her kissing all of her children with a smile on her face as she sent them to bed. It was 10 o'clock. I remember because I looked at my watch.
Surprisingly. Thank you, Ms. Muffet. That was remarkable. Are there any more witnesses?
No.
I hope she remembers the jury this time.
Seeing as the defense has provided several witnesses attesting the fact that the defendant acts in a loving way toward her children and others, the prosecution's only witness, Jack, has a self-inflicted head wound, rendering his recollection unreliable as determined by this court. I have no choice but to dismiss all the charges. Jack, this court recommends you have your head examined at the Fairy Godmother's clinic on your way home. Dame Dob, you are free to go.
Yeah, we would have said the same thing if you had asked us, but no!
Okay, the truth is, I read a rhyme somewhere and I think I just remembered it. I'm sorry, I just don't remember. I wish I could recall a time when my mother loved me best, then I could be sure.
Oh, Jack, I have many children, and I can't love any of them best, but I do love all of them differently. You are my perfect, unique child, and regardless of anything decided by the courts, I will always love you.
Breaking news. Shocking developments in the case of Who's Got a Guilty Soul. Dame Dob affirms her child Jack, and a family once divided stands together again. Love abounds in the courtroom of the Queen of Hearts. Oh, here's Prosecutor Gretel. Let's see what she has to say. Gretel, care to comment on your most recent case?
Yes, I'm glad there isn't a true case of child abuse and neglect, but I wish to win at least one case against my brother.
You, dear sister, are welcome to try.
There you have it. Wow, this has proven to be quite an adventurous day here at the court of the Queen of Hearts. And it isn't over yet. The biggest case of them all is yet to be heard. The Red Riding Hood versus the Big Bad Wolf. We're back, viewers. Grab your popcorn and pull up your comfy rocker. This one might take a while. It's the case of a missing grandmother. The prosecution alleges murder. Stay tuned for up-to-date breaking news. This is in Bo Peep with WFTL at the Court of Hearts.
All rise for the most splendid Queen of Hearts, the pleasantest judge in all of Fairy Tale Land. Presiding over case number 13, 14, 15, 16. Fairy Tale Land versus the Big Bad Wolf.
Prosecution, after this case is over, I need to speak to you about my tarts. Please proceed with your case.
Your Honor, the prosecution is ready to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the Big Bad Wolf is guilty of this heinous crime. We have a mountain of evidence and a pack full of witnesses that will leave no room for doubt in your mind or that of a jury.
Prosecutor, the court reminds you to use the defendant's proper name, Miss Wolf.
Yes, ma'am. The prosecution calls Little Red Riding Hood to the stand.
Oh, you poor dear. Do you swear to tell the truth?
I do.
I know this is difficult for you, but please tell the court what happened the day in question.
Well, I was on my way to grandmother's house. I would go see her almost every afternoon and tell her all about my day at school and all of my friends. Well, just everything that happened each day. She always listened to me. and I was so excited to be going to see her. I couldn't wait to tell her about the middle school play I was going to be in. I know she wouldn't have missed it for the world. I mean, I was her everything. She loved me so.
Please share with us details about who you heard and what you saw.
Well, I was almost to grandmother's house when I saw her, that wolf, running away. She was wearing my grandmother's nightgown. I bet she wouldn't have let that old mangy wolf wear her nightdress. He had to have done something to her. She's dead, dead, dead. I just know it.
Objection, Your Honor. This is speculation. Did she see her grandmother's body?
Sustained. Miss Hood, did you see your grandmother's body?
No, ma'am. After I saw the wolf leave, I started yelling for help, looking for my grandmother. But I couldn't find her anywhere. She had to have done something to her. She's gone.
Gretel, do you have any questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Hansel?
No, Your Honor, none at this time.
Thank you, Miss Hood. You are excused. Gretel, do you have any other witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. We have several. Our next witness is the gingerbread man.
Oh, splendid. Love gingerbread as much as my tarts.
That must have been a real big oven they baked you in. Do you swear to tell the whole truth?
I swear my yummy gumdrop buttons.
Please tell us what you saw in your grandmother's house.
I saw that wolf! On the day that Grandma went missing, he was at her door. He looked so strange and hungry. I was afraid for my own safety, so I hid behind a tree. I mean, you can't be too careful when you taste this good.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness cannot attest to the accused state of mind.
Sustained. Gretel, call your next witness. Miss Bread, you may step down.
The prosecution calls the cat and the fiddle.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Is the fiddle going to testify? Because it's a fiddle.
Gretel, would you please clarify?
The prosecution calls the cat, Your Honor. Just know that cat will go nowhere without that fiddle.
Where's your fiddle?
I didn't get it.
Cat, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, no fiddling around?
I do.
Please tell us what you and the fiddle were doing the day in question.
I'm the cat with my fiddle walking in the woods. Saw a wolf sneak into Red Hood. Oh, I knew I had sacrificed to the day, so I picked my bow and started to play. Wolf in the cartridge, a sign. I'm the cat with my fiddle, ready to fight. With a tune so sweet and a bow so light, I chased the wolf into the night. Red Riding Hood was fast asleep, and I know of the danger she was in me. So I picked up my bow and picked up my string. With the bow and a string, I saved Red Hood.
So, just to be clear, you saw the wolf at grandmother's house?
Yes, he was running away with a satisfied look on his face. It's almost as he ate a whole person. Oh, such a disgrace.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation. The witness didn't actually see the wolf eat grandmother. She has no idea why he might have that kind of look on his face.
Sustained. The jury will disregard that statement. Hansel, do you have any questions for the cat and the fiddle?
As pleasant as that performance was, no further questions.
Prosecution, please call the next witness.
We call Tweedledee and Tweedledum to the stand.
Two. Do you both solemnly swear to tell the truth?
We do. We always share all our sentences. We share everything.
Not today. Boys, Tweedledee, please tell us what you and only you saw the day in question.
Well, my brother and I was having a battle over his nice new rattle.
Tweedledum, please tell us what you saw at grandmother's house.
Well, we were playing down the lane, and Tweedledee heard a train. He asked me, "Brother, was that a plane?" I was filled with such disdain. Then we saw that wolf run from grandmother's house. He should have combed his messy hair and been as quiet as a mouse.
Now I'm even confused. We have no further witnesses, Your Honor.
Defense, would you care to cross-examine D and Dumb?
No, thank you, Your Honor. The defense calls Jack and Jill to the stand.
Wow, it seems like we keep seeing the same characters here today. I mean, if you were in my place, you would definitely want to cut and paste.
Jack and Jill, you know the drill.
We do.
Jack, please share with us about the day grandmother went missing.
Well, I do seem to remember that we were out in the forest and a tornado picked up grandmother's house. And I saw the wolf in midair riding a bicycle. Then the house landed down and I saw two legs wearing red sparkly shoes. Wait, is that the movie we were watching last night? Yes. I can't recall exactly.
Objection, Your Honor. Jack is clearly lying. He is describing the Wizard of Oz.
Sustained. Jack, I commanded you go get that crown evaluated. I should hold you contempt of this court.
No. Jack, Ms. Will, I actually can recount things clearly. We had already passed grandmother's house, and it was after Jack was horsing around and broke his crown. Miss Wolf was leaving grandmother's house. She must have been taking a nap because as she had on some funny night clothes. She didn't look hungry for a wolf like I was when I visited the bear's cottage. She was just taking a walk. She wasn't in a hurry.
Thank you, Jill. We have no further questions for this witness.
You are excused. Hansel, please call your next witness.
The defense calls Mrs. Wolf to the stand.
Here we go again.
How many times have I had to do this today? Seems like every time I turn around, you are back up here. Mr. Wolf, yada yada, blah blah blah. You know the drill.
I do.
Miss Wolf, please tell us what actually happened at grandmother's house.
I'm innocent, Your Honor. I was just taking a walk in the woods that day and I stumbled upon grandmother's house. I had to use the bathroom, so I knocked on the door and then let myself in. But I swear on my wolf pack, I did not harm her in any way. Grandma wasn't even home.
Objection, Your Honor. The wolf was found in grandmother's house wearing her nightgown, as many of the witnesses stated. The evidence is there for itself.
Overruled. We are still hearing Miss Wolf's testimony. Miss Muffet, read back all of the witness testimony about the nightclothes.
Red Riding Hood stated, I was almost to grandmother's house when I saw him running away and he was wearing my grandmother's nightclothes. Tweedledum stated, that's when we saw that wolf over there coming out of grandmother's house, running as fast as he could, and he had nightclothes on. Goldilocks stated, Mr. Wolf was leaving the area of grandmother's house. He must have been taking a nap as he had on his nightclothes. Miss Muffet stated, Mr. Wolf is sitting right over there wearing grandmother's nightclothes right now.
Objection, Your Honor. The court reporter can't give testimony.
Miss Muffet, is that testimony on the record?
Yes, it's not, Your Honor.
Oh, goodness.
The Starly Knave, now I'm out of court reporter and my tarts, but you know what they say, the show must go on. Hansel, your objection is overruled. The 4 witnesses stated he was wearing night clothes and the court agrees. Hansel, please continue.
Miss Wolf, were you wearing grandmother's nightgown and sleeping cap?
No, I was only wearing her nightgown as I was so tired when I got to grandmother's house. I decided to take a nap. Truthfully, I shed a lot and didn't want to dirty her bed, so I put on her soft nightgown. I wasn't wearing her sleeping cap because it didn't fit.
Your Honor, we have no further questions for this witness.
Miss Wolf, you are excused. Counselors, please prepare your closing arguments. We will then send the jury off to deliberate.
Finally.
Prosecution, please present your closing argument now.
Thank you, my queen. Members of the jury, here are the facts. Grandma is missing. Mrs. Wolf has a history of eating storybook characters. No less than 4 witnesses saw the accused day in question leaving the premises wearing grandmother's night clothes. Taking into account of all of these facts, you must find Miss Wolf guilty before she strikes again.
Defense, you may now proceed with your closing arguments.
Your Honor, members of the jury, the prosecution has failed to state that there's ever been a body recovered. This means there is no concrete evidence that the alleged crime was ever committed. Rumors do not equate to facts. Mrs. Wolf is an upstanding citizen of Fairy Tale Land who would not eat anyone because he's a vegetarian.
Order in the courtroom. This court thanks the witnesses. It's now time for the jury to deliberate. Jurors, it is your sworn duty to uphold the laws of this kingdom. You must review the facts and the evidence and return a unanimous verdict of Miss Wolf's guilt and innocence in this murder trial.
All rise.
Stop! Your Honor, stop! Oh my goodness, apparently I'm late for my own murder trial. I'm so sorry for any of this trouble. I just had to get away. You see, I love my granddaughter Red Riding Hood dearly, but that girl can talk until the cows come home. You see, I've been on a cruise around the world, and y'all know you don't get any news from home out on the sea. I just got off the ship and a little birdie told me that this trial was going on. I'm so sorry for all this trouble. Maybe I should have written a note. Mrs. Wolf may have ruined my good night clothes, but I'm alive and well. Clearly, she didn't murder me.
In light of this new evidence and Grandma being alive, I declare this murder trial just a fairy tale. Miss Wolf, you are free to go. This case is dismissed. Court is adjourned. I wonder if anyone found my tarts.
What a day in Fairy Tale Court. This is Little Bo Peep with exclusive updates only for our viewers. The 3 little pigs and Mama Pig have built a new brick mansion and invited Mr. Wolf for dinner. The boy who cried wolf had surgery to fix his crown, and he and Jill have ran off to Los Angeles to star in movies. Our sweet old lady who lives in a shoe has upgraded to a new boot and now has room for all her children. Finally, Little Red Riding Hood and Grandma have started their own bakery with the help of the gingerbread man. That should make a lot of dough. Please join me in giving our fairy tale characters a big round of applause. We invite you to join us out front on the patio for Grandma's cookies, autographs, and fun. I have to be sure to get one of those autographs. This has been quite a fairy tale ending. You saw it here on WFTL. Bo Peep signing off.
Thank you. Good ad-libbing.